an award-winning illusionist. He's been on TV loads of times. He's national championships for close-up magician. His business as well, not only is he a great entertainer, his business is just very, very successful. So I really think you're in for a treat this morning. I hope you enjoy it. He's just going to be speaking for about 15 minutes and followed by me. So please put your hands together for Russell Leeds.
Folks are actually one small, one medium, one large. So now I'm showing you about what we do. Marketing. Now the most important question I think you have to ask yourself when you're looking to market a product or market a service in our case is who is it that you're wanting to market to? Now it might sound like a stupid question really, you know, people, customers, but really it's quite important if you think about what people, which customers, who is it that you're looking to market to? Now, I think what you'll normally find is there's three different groups of people. Three different groups of people. I'm going to write them over here on the board. The first group of people that you might potentially want to market to are these. The cheapest. Now, these people, they're looking for the cheapest product or the cheapest service. They're not really bothered about quality, they just want the cheapest price. That's the first group of people. The second group of people that you might want to market to are people who are looking for value for money. Most people who are in this bracket, they want a quality job, they want a quality product or a quality service, and they're happy to pay a fair price. They want value for money. And the last group of people are premium. Now these are the people, these are the rich people, these are the people that have got money, and they want the best, no matter what it costs. They're after the best, the top, the premium, the creme de la creme, so to speak. Now, the smallest market is the premium. There's not so many of those. There's about 7%. About 7% are in this market, so it's a smaller market. The next market, the next biggest market is the cheapest. Cheapest is about 25%. So about 1 in 4 are looking for the cheapest. Now this will change slightly from industry to industry, and this is the statistics for the entertainment industry, but it's all much roughly the same. And the value for money, that's the biggest market. And for those of you that are good at maths, well done, well worked out. It's 68%, so that's the biggest market there. No prizes for guessing, but have a guess which market we're targeting. Value for money. So Non-Stop Kids sits here with the value for money. So we offer a quality service at a fair price, and that's the market that we want to target. So when we're doing our marketing and advertising, we're looking for, it's the middle class people normally. And being children's birthday parties, we target mainly women, because they're the people that book. Men just don't book children's parties, it just doesn't really happen. So that's who Non-Stop Kids markets to. Now, slightly unusual is a little bit different. First of all, we don't have a team of entertainers. Craig, myself and Anna, we're part of the Slightly Unusual show, and we're all on the board of directors for the company. So when we go out and perform, we're getting paid for our time. We're not sending out any employees. Also, due to this, we're limited in how many bookings we can take, because there's only so many hours in a day. So we don't target the value for money. Slightly unusual, we target the premium market. That's who we want. We want the people that have got money, because we're getting paid for our time, and you might as well get paid as well as you can, right? So that's who we market. Now, if you want to target the premium market, you need to make sure that your business and that you act and look premium. You need to stand out from all these people that are in value for money. You need to be better than them, so that when the people that want to pay the premium prices see you, they think, hey, these guys look the best. You want to make sure that you look better than everyone else out there, all your competition, you look the best. Which market, you got to think about it, which market which market are you in? Who is it that you're trying to attract? And if you want to go in the premium market, how can you get what we call social proof? Social proof is credibility, things that make you look good. What in your market, what can you have that makes you stand out from the crowd? What's your USP, your unique selling point? Once you've chosen your market and you know who it is that you're wanting to market to, you need to try and think, okay, how would they think? How would, for Non-Stop Kids, how would a mom who's got a child between 5 and 9, because that's mainly who we market to, how would they think if they wanted to book children's entertainment? Where would they look? What would they do? And then you need to try and do the things that you would probably do if you were in their shoes. Once you've tried things, the key is to testing the data, testing the results. That's the key. There's no real right or wrong answer in what marketing works and what marketing doesn't. It varies from industry to industry, from business to business. The key is what works for you. And the only way you can find that out is by properly testing it. Now, our business mentor, his name is Doug Dalbury. He shared an inquiry system with us when he first started working with us that really revolutionised our business. I mean, literally, we were having the same amount of inquiries and we were having like double the amount of bookings from the same amount of inquiries, and it taught us where the inquiries came from and which things worked and which things didn't, and it really is brilliant. I'm gonna share that with you. I've actually got a draft one here. So what it is, it's an online spreadsheet. Now we use Google Drive, which means that it's online, anyone can access it. I can access it from my phone, from my Chromebook, from my computer, from the office computer. Great, can access it. Everyone can access the same thing, which is great if you're working in a team. Doug recommends using a whiteboard. I think for us this is better, but it's up to you which way you go. So, we've got some categories on the top, and every time we get an inquiry, we fill in every one of these categories. So the first one is staff name. So basically that's just whoever dealt with the inquiry. So in this case I'll put Sarah. The date of the inquiry, kind of self-explanatory, just write in the date that you dealt with the inquiry. Their phone number, make sure you get their phone number so you can call them back. We have there's other magicians. I was working with someone the other day and he said he had an inquiry and they said they wanted to book and he told me to call them back in 5 minutes, but he didn't take their phone number, so he lost the booking. It's like, oh, you've got to, this sort of stuff, it sounds simple, but you really have got to make sure you actually action it. Because if you're just there taking people's phone calls, you can very easily forget their phone number and so on and so forth. The next one on there is email address. We could do a whole day on email marketing. It's very, very well worth keeping their email address and marketing to them, keeping in touch with customers. It's a lot easier to get work from people that are already customers than trying to get new work. So I definitely recommend taking their email address. Next action. Now this is the really important one. Something that he told us that makes a really big difference. When you finish on the phone to your inquiry, make sure that you leave it so that you are in the driving seat. So if you finish talking to them and they say, yeah, sure, I'll let you know. Okay, don't just let it lie at that. If they say, I'll let you know, say, yeah, sure, no problem. When would you be able to let me know by? And let's say they say, Wednesday. You go, no problem. If I don't hear from you Wednesday, would it be okay if I give you a call on Thursday? Now, if they say no, that means they're not interested in your products, they're just trying to bluff you off. In which case, put not interested and write them off. If they say yes, make sure you write it down on this next action. So I then would put, he's interested, call back on Thursday or the date, and then make sure you action that, you actually call them back. We gain so many more, because people forget about you, and they've contacted a few people, and if you make it easy for them, they're much more likely to book or go with buy your product. So that's really important next action. We work on the rule of 3. So if we contact someone and they say, yeah, I'm interested, call back Thursday, we call them back Thursday, and they say, yeah, I'm still interested, we'll try it 3 times. If they still haven't bitten, unless it's a really big client and we really kind of think that this might lead somewhere, we normally just let it go. They're going to keep bluffing you off. You know, you don't want to waste time. The next one is booked or not booked. Always get an answer in there. Try not to leave it so that you just get bluffed off. If they don't, make sure it's either yes or no. You need to follow it all the way through to the nth degree. If you get them, brilliant, put a big yes. If you don't get them, it's a no. Reason why not? It's worth collecting that. If they say no, ask them, yeah, sure, no problem. Can I ask why? Because you might find the same things keep coming up and up again, and if you do, then maybe you need to address what you're doing or address your marketing and or whatever, but it's worth asking the reason why not. And then the crucial one, the last one, where from? Okay, so in this case we've put, on this, well, it's just an example one, we've put Facebook. Now what that allows you to do is at the end of the month, this was a very bad month, well not looks things, so you had 2. But by the end of the month, what you need to do is work out how many you got from each source, okay? So I've got a little box here with all the different possible sources that we have, and then as you go through, you tick them off. So if we get one from Facebook, we tick, put a mark next to Facebook. So at the end of the month, you can see, hey, we've had 10 gigs from Facebook, and we spent £50 on our Facebook marketing, so that's working out at £5 a gig. That's pretty good. On Google AdWords, we got 1 and we spent £250. That's terrible. But it means that you know, if you just work out, if you don't track it, and you're getting enough work, you think you're doing well, but you could be throwing money down the drain in one area and not putting more money into another area that's going to work for you. And like I say, there's no golden ticket. It does vary, you know, what you're doing. And you might think, well, I know Facebook should work, and I'm only getting two gigs from that. How can I change my Facebook to make it better? How can I make it work even better? And if something is working, you know to put more money into that area.
Well, I hope you enjoyed Russell's talk about being successful and successful marketing. There was a lot to take in there. I am going to be talking about using your strengths, finding and using your strengths. You see, most people, most families, most businesses, most corporate companies, if you're not very good at something, what they'll do is they'll try and make you better. If you fall short in your sales skills and you're not very good at it, they'll send you off to a sales training day to be better at it. Now, I've noticed something about very successful people, and that is that they don't do that. Very successful people, if they're not good at something, they delegate it, or they scrap it and neglect it, or they partner with somebody that's good at it, because they focus on what they're good at. An example would be Richard Branson. Richard Branson is not a detailed guy. He's not really financially accountant minded. He's more of a creative thinker. And that is what he spends time on. Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali's a boxer. He was good at boxing. He didn't waste his time trying to be an all-rounder, doing a bit of karate, a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of kung fu. He focused solely on boxing and got really, really good at it, and now he's one of the greatest boxers that's ever lived. The Bible says, each has received a gift, use it. That's 1 Timothy 4:14. The parable of the talents. We have a gift and we use it. There's so many parables, there's so much Bible backing behind it. In my experience, it's the best way to get results, and I've seen so many stories of other people as well. The boy with the 5 fish and loaves, he had what he got and he used it and it flourished like crazy. So I want to urge you and I want to challenge you to work according to your strengths. So we did an exercise this morning where we got a piece of paper and we wrote down our strengths, our weaknesses, and then what we're going to do about them. So our weaknesses, I said there's 3 things you should do with your weaknesses. Firstly, you should possibly delegate them. Secondly, you should partner with somebody. Or thirdly, scrap it. When I first started Training Kings, I liked the idea of having a live band at every meeting. It was great, but I couldn't do it, so I guess you could call it a weakness. So I decided I wasn't going to delegate it, I wasn't going to partner with somebody who was going to do it, I was going to scrap it. Focus on what I'm good at. So what are you good at? What are you bad at? If you're good at something, do it more. Fill your diary up with it. If you're not very good at something, then scrap it, delegate it, and or partner with somebody that's good at it. Now I hope that's been useful, I hope that's been helpful. We're going to be looking more about this whole idea of using our strengths, of pooling resources together and of partnering with people at the special members only training called Joining Forces. I can't wait, it's going to be absolutely amazing. So watch this space,
Guys, God bless. I'll see you soon.